Have you ever wanted to try out Fujifilm for just, I don't know, one day? Because that's what I just let my friend do. I let my friend use my Fujifilm X-T1. Let's see how it went.
So right now, Jason, what is this, your camera? What is your camera?
The Nikon D7000.
Okay, what lens you got on it?
This is a telephoto lens, 18 to 200 millimeter.
Okay.
We got a filter on the
So
front.
classic Nikon DSLR.
Yeah.
You got like that.
Nothing fancy.
Nice big optic. Probably nice. And then I'm gonna give you something completely different every single way.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it out. All right, let's go. So this is your camera. You've had it for how long?
7 to 8 years.
7 to 8.
Very comfortable with it.
Okay.
Doing any projects on it, personal stuff for fun. The really all can do camera. You know, I've never thought of getting something else. You know, I'm just a amateur enthusiast in the camera arts.
Well, I mean, you are like you've done a film program.
Yeah.
You're pretty familiar with sort of the visual arts. You're an artist.
If you're gonna get something real nice, rent it out and make sure you get that money back for the project on the budget.
That's actually really good advice. If you ever want a camera, try it out first. You know, I think don't just buy it. I think it's a very big mistake.
And what if you don't like it? Now you gotta return it. That's a hassle.
I think that a lot of cameras try to emulate simplicity, in reality having to add more and more complex parts, more and more rare pieces of technology into their cameras to try and imitate what DSLRs have kind of already mastered, which is that artful simplicity. And I think that's what Jason also appreciates about them so much.
Let's see if I got any blur on that spinning thing. Nope. Better speed high enough to be able to capture that. No motion blur here.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I got that bird in flight.
No
No motion blur there.
So what would you say like the advantages of using this camera in this situation are?
Well, the ease of use for one. There's not a lot of bloat, you know?
Right. Makes
It all depends on the user and understanding the fundamentals of the exposure triangle.
Right. So, you know, exposure being, your ISO.
All right, so
Your
aperture,
aperture,
shutter speed. And understand those three things, and you're able to manipulate them on a camera like this, anything's possible, especially with a lens like this. The versatility you have. I mean, do you need another camera? Some cameras are full English, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
This is like your oatmeal. 4K photos.
Yeah.
You're like 2015. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So wait, what's the resolution on your sensor?
We'll put that in post.
We're gonna put that right, like here somewhere.
Yeah,
Here.
that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, that's what he was thinking, but he didn't want to say because it was gonna.
You're spoiling. It's like the
Spoilers.
Cahoots.
Yeah, it's like Cahoots. Spoilers.
We're gonna put like 4 things.
True. That is crazy.
Damn, 200, 18 to 200 looks crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
It's like you see a flower and you see that umbrella.
That's nice.
That's the difference.
That's nice.
I like nice dark shadow. Messing around with the exposure triangle.
When it comes to photography, I don't think I've seen Jason use any other type of camera, even when it was lended to him or anything like that. It's just always been this camera. So to get him to try something else like this Fuji was a pretty big deal for me personally. We're gonna give him my Fujifilm X-T1.
Happy July 4th to all those people celebrating the UK election. I like this corded, braided.
Oh yeah, that's my fancy.
All the different knobs for different Stop.
Yeah, so the cool thing about the X-T1 is that it's like a classic film camera, so all the different knobs, I don't know if you can see them on camera, I'll show them. So if you want to have something automatic, you just turn it automatic. Also, a couple things. One, sorry about my voice. I have been recovering from some pretty crazy health issues. And two, like and subscribe. I put out videos every single week, on Thursdays usually, this week notwithstanding. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is aperture.
And the front knob is for fine-tuning shutter speed. And then if you want to just shoot everything on auto, you can use this as your exposure compensation.
Ooh.
Which is also very fun.
Nice. I see what you mean by everything.
Yeah.
I like how it auto detects your eye when you get close to it.
Yeah, yeah.
My camera has a switch. It's the olden day switch. You gotta switch from the monitor to the viewpoint. So it's like.
And the final thing is, you get to try out the film simulations.
Oh, how we do that?
So there's a couple different ways. These are the preloaded ones, and then there's this front button.
Yeah.
These are the custom film sims, and I can show you a list later of which ones they are. But yeah, and then you can kind of flick through them as well if you'd like. So they're super cool.
Can you adjust the focus inside, or?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean like
Is
the
it blurry?
diopter frame? Yeah, the diopter.
Yeah, that's. Oh, there's the diopter. My diopter is a little different. My eyes are a little different. I like the colors on this. I don't know if the monitors are showing the actual colors or not, but.
Yeah, just.
Oh my god, goodness, guys.
You can even do it like this if you want.
Like that.
It's only a little bit.
Yeah.
No touchscreen. I don't like it. I don't like having touchscreen. It works out nicely.
My camera doesn't have that fold down screen either. That is fancy.
It's fancy stuff. It's definitely fancy. Now we're ready to go. You're using the Fuji. You have the filter on.
Yes.
You can drop the shutter speed so you can get the ND filter,
Yeah, true.
which is really nice. No, this was okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So here's what you do. Darker, lighter.
Cause polarized.
So here I usually have to shoot 4,000.
Yeah.
Just to get something.
Yeah,
So if I drop it like to this, I can afford to open up my aperture.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And there's a histogram in here. This is amazing, man.
Take a picture with just the film sims on that.
Oh, the film.
The front button, front button.
Front
button.
This one.
Try out I like 5 and 6, and 2
Custom?
are also good. Yeah.
Oh my god, man, you're right. I'm not getting this color on my other camera. This is crazy color.
It's just like out of the box, it gives you something that you can't get. Like you can obviously edit them down, but
Yeah, in Photoshop.
like normally I'm like a raw nerd. Like I need the raws because I like to edit them. But
Yeah.
with this, I never ever touch the raws.
Yeah, there's a lot of, processing.
Yeah.
Damn.
You seeing the vision?
Yeah, man.
It's fun.
Sometimes you just gotta hold the camera. It shows you the way. It shows you the way, really.
Trust in the camera.
Trust the camera. Now it's like black and white.
Okay.
I love black and white.
Yeah.
I love value. It just,
It's good stuff.
Nice. I wish I could just zoom a thing on things.
Yeah, I get it. That's kind of the one weakness of it.
But that's me, you got to be more closer to your subjects.
That's why I like shooting primes, honestly.
Yeah.
If I could only shoot primes, I just do it. I think for video it makes more sense to have a zoom, but
I understand what you mean.
this is one of my favorites. You get the nice heat haze too.
Right?
Is there?
Yeah, look behind you.
Am I gonna die?
That's definitely a train, man.
You're not gonna take a picture of the train?
Yeah, man, that's definitely a train. I was like, damn. That looks like a tunnel.
That's what I guess a cool motion blue.
The train is so long! Daddy! Look how long the train is!
Oh, you can put a flash on here.
Yeah, I have the flash. It's kind of big.
It's big.
It's big. It's big. Yeah.
Well, there used to be boats here. There used to be boats docked here.
True.
The boats there.
Or did we leave the boats?
We gotta carry the boats.
Who knows?
Carry the boats.
I think Jason got the vibe with the X-T1. I think he understands what makes it so cool to use and what Fujifilm offers you as an experience that maybe other brands don't necessarily do. When it comes to Nikon, I actually think that Nikon right now is one of the best brands to invest in with their latest, mirrorless lineup. And I think that if you're trying to upgrade from your existing Nikon camera bodies and your existing Nikon DSLRs, there's really a lot of options that you have when it comes to Nikon mirrorless cameras. And I think that we're finally at the point where it's just like, yeah, like there's just no downside to using these new cameras. So I'm really happy for Nikon users because, it's awesome. It's awesome. Finally, Nikon is back in the game. They're back on top. Like, it's sick. With that being said, would I recommend Jason get this Fujifilm camera? Well, maybe not this one specifically because he is a hybrid shooter. He actually does like shooting video, he likes his own projects, he likes versatility. And while the DSLR that he has isn't necessarily the most complex camera, it does offer that versatility and it offers it to a degree that, complements him. So what I would suggest is instead getting either a higher end Fujifilm camera, maybe like an X-H1. Something like that, or perhaps a newer Nikon mirrorless camera like the Z6 Mark III. Would I say that Jason needs a Fujifilm? No, but I do think that he wants one, just a little bit. And I respect that because I do too, and that's why I have one. Jason, get an X-T4, X-T3, maybe an X-T2. All right, I'll see you next week.